Chris, and that pin action had to come from the right side. Let's watch the right side of the screen. You see the 3-pin go to the sideboard. It gets caught by the 6, slides around, wraps around the 4. Great break for Dave Ferraro as he leads the match by 8.
Pete needed that because it gives him a double and puts him now in a 2-10 lead. He looks at his opponent as he comes back. There's a little psyching going on here. As Bo had mentioned a moment ago, they have battled each other in big events.
Two of the best players on the PBA Tour. Pete Weber playing a little different line. Pete playing the big hook will stand pretty much in the center. Now Pete will drift to the left, and he'll start a shot right in this area. So watch how his ball will roll pretty much inside out.
See what luck can do.
And that was bad luck,
Yeah,
partner.
that was bad. One flying right by it.
Well, you're right, he buries it. The action, the 2-pin, driving the 4-pin straight back off of the 7. The good break for Ferraro in the 6th, a bad break for Weber in the 7th.
But yes, 3 parts, wide world and infinite variety. There you have it, skating, swimming, thoroughbred racing. This is the United States Open Championship in Indianapolis, Indiana. First game, David Ferraro trailing by 1 can take the lead. He has a strike up. He's now shooting in the 7th frame. Seesaw battle. Dave Ferraro and many-time champion Pete Weber. Here's champion Nelson Britton.
Thank you, Chris. John Mazza, the lefties are playing outside, some of them, but you're the 4th arrow and right down the center lane. You got there this week playing that way. How about your strategy the next game?
I think that that's what I'm going to do in Bo. I'm going to play the inside line and give it my best shot.
Chris, he's already been a winner from the inside line this year. He's going to be very tough in the next match. Good luck, John.
All right, Ferraro in the left lane can increase his lead to 19. But he did not, leaving the 2 and sleeper 8. Dave Ferraro, the defending Firestone champion. Best finish this year was 6th at the Pinot Open.
See Ferraro with that little extra loft on the ball. That delays the hook. He slides by the head pin, leaves the 2-8. And this is one of the difficult spares in this lane condition if you don't keep your speed up. Ooh.
Sigh of relief. 2 breaks thus far for Dave Ferraro in this close match. Now Weber is up, shooting in the 8th frame, a spare working, and trailing by 7. Another 4-pin, his 3rd of the match.
He's almost too relaxed. He's been around the pocket every shot. Left the 4-pin, 10-pin, strike, 4-pin, 2 strikes, a 7, and another 4. As you see the low angle, the deep inside line that Weber's playing, and a shot through the pin deck.
Okay, there you see Richard Rubber, dad on the right, and Pete's fiancée, be married in July, Kim Schultheis of Columbus, Ohio.
For Pete Weber, possible 227. He's going at a 207 pace. Ferraro leading the match by 8 at a 215 pace. It's down to the last 2 frames.
Yes. In the 9th, strike for Pete Weber.
You think he's psyched for this? He's bowled so well the first 9 frames. He only has a 207 rate to show for it.
And we get a re-rack here, asked for by Dave Ferraro. Next Saturday at 3, 2 Central. ABC's Pro Bowlers Tour continues. We head to Windsor Locks, Connecticut. It's the $160,000 Tums Classic. Live, 3, 2 Central, next Saturday here on ABC. 9th frame, Ferraro.
Dave Ferraro is so good at speed control. Ferraro doesn't throw the big hook ball like many of the contemporary stars as he's asking for his second re-rack of the game here in the 10th frame. But he uses speed, control, and loft to control the lane. Now you saw Dave drifting high on the right-hand lane a couple of shots during the match. Here in the 9th frame, he throws a little bit more speed and puts himself in a position where he can lock out Pete Weber.
Pete is the leading money winner. Ozio second, Monicelli, Duke, so on down the line. There he is.
Ferraro with 2 strikes would shut out Weber.
But another 2-8.
Once again, he's actually just a little too deep. I mean, too far left on the lane, so he has gone by the head pin twice on the left-hand lane, and he's left the 2-8. Needs to get the ball right between the 2 and 8, and he barely made this spare in the 8th frame. He needs it to maintain his lead, 10th frame.
Both bowlers with beautiful form. Sort of, anytime they're on our telecast, Nelson, with your help, it's like getting a lesson in watching the two of them bowl.
Well, thank you, Chris. And both these players, obviously the best in the world, knowing how to throw strikes, handle the pressure. And the count ball is very important here for Ferraro. If he strikes in this ball, he'll make Weber strike and at least 9 spare to win.
Out goes the pin at the last minute. At 2:15 for Dave Ferraro.
Watch the head pin. Boy, oh boy, it looks like there was 11 pins in the rack as it comes shooting across, knocks out the 10, and sets up a situation for Pete Weber of simply this. He must strike on this ball and get at least 9 spare on the second ball in the 10th to win the match. Anything less, he loses.
Tough in the clutch. Best 17 titles, the youngest to win 10 titles when he was only 24 years old. Talk about a chip off the block.
Whew. Great clutch shot, but he needs 9 spare to win. And Chris, we've seen a couple of times this year where a player is overly emotional when he gets the strike and doesn't come back and fill the frame. So he's got to remember a strike or 9 spare to win. Anything less, we can either have a tie or Pete loses.
In doubt for a while, but
everybody laughing a little bit. What goes around comes around as Pete Weber gets a great break and wins match 1.
ABC Sports presentation of Professional Bowlers Tour will return after this message and a word from our ABC station.